Hi, my name is Jane Pearlson. I am an art quilter and I've been at my craft for about 10 years now. I do primarily contemporary quilts to be hung on the wall. This is an example of one of the quilts that I've done recently. It's called New York Beauty. I did batiking on the fabric, and the main challenge in this quilt was to find colors that would complement one another, be vivid and really pop out from the quilt. That you can do layouts in any way that you want to get different types of designs. This is the one that I chose, and I'm very happy with the way this one turned out.
It's beautiful.
You're mixing light and dark colors to get the contrast. And as you can see, sometimes we put together colors that we wouldn't initially think would go together and complement one another, but in this case, it really is the primary focus of the quilt.
It's beautiful.
Okay. I also do a lot of custom quilts and original designs. This particular one is a tree of life. I used a lot of batiks. I really gravitate towards nature themes. I embellished it using different colored, very thin silk leaves and multicolored beads to bring everything together. And then I did different decorative stitches along the leaves to show the veins within the leaves themselves.
Yeah, this becomes a little bit three-dimensional.
It definitely becomes three-dimensional, and in this case, because of the beading and the leaves, I didn't want to put any glass in front of the finished quilt.
Yes, and you even have a landscape. Very nice.
I got the roots of the tree in there, and I tried to get different shadings from the bark of the tree as well.
Yeah, great.
I did another tree. This one actually I used as the center of a chuppah for a Jewish wedding ceremony. It's similar to the last one in terms of the embellishments that I used, but it does have a Hebrew saying on it, which is, "I am my beloved's, my beloved is mine," which is often incorporated into a Jewish wedding ceremony. And again, I used various batiks to get the different shadings of the tree and landscaping in the background.
This is great. And this one doesn't have a frame, so it's basically...
No, this one is not framed. I have found, and everybody has their own preferences, when I hang quilts, it really depends upon what the theme is, what is going on in the quilt itself, whether it has any three-dimensionality to it. Sometimes I will frame it behind a piece of glass, and other times I want people to be able to go up close to it to see the specific work that was done on it. Sometimes I don't even frame them at all. Sometimes there's a sleeve that I put on the back of quilts, so you can use a decorative curtain rod with pretty finials at the end to hang it on your wall.
Oh, that's great.
I took an interesting class not that long ago. It was called One Block Wonder. This is a quilt that's still in process. It's not completed yet. And you'll see that there's actually a kaleidoscope effect with the way the fabric was laid out. I'm going to show you what the fabric looked like before I did any cutting at all, and then you can compare the original to what will become the finished quilt. So here is the fabric, and depending upon how often a pattern repeats itself, that will determine how your piece top is going to lay out. In this case, this was a 12-inch repeat. The larger the repeat, the more variation you're going to get in your final design.
It does look like a kaleidoscope.
It looks like a kaleidoscope, and you cut them very specifically, and then you piece them together in strips, and that's how you get your overall look. And you can go from dark, middle to very, very light in look, and it changes each kaleidoscope is its own pattern, and there are no two that are alike.
It's very interesting. Great.
So this will be finished
How does
with borders.
can you show us the back of it?
Of course. Okay, it's all pieced, and you can say the individual triangles, they were all triangles to start with, were pieced together in threes, or in other words, half of each kaleidoscope section. And then they were stripped together.
Wow. Even in the back it looks cool. Yeah. Do you have another work in progress?
I do. This one, again, I'm using some of my favorite fabrics, which are batiks. This is a very contemporary look. Again, the piecing is done on the top. It has not had the borders put on yet. And here I wanted to try to get an interesting mix of dark and light, bright and more subdued colors. And in many instances I put colors together that many of us would not think might go well together, but really make those colors pop. For instance, the oranges that you see really helps to make it stand out.
Yeah, it makes it very, very bright. It's beautiful. Can we see the back of this one as well?
Sure. Okay, again, in this instance, we're putting together each of the strips, and then the strips are put together, and then the two halves are sewn together.
Is this entirely your own design, or are you reusing some pattern here?
This one I actually took from a pattern, but what makes it original is the fabrics that the artist chooses, the size of it, and how it's put together.
Beautiful.
This one is actually called Transitions.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it's great. Jane, thank you so very much.
It's my pleasure. I hope you all enjoyed it.